In the city of Amphus, the sun starts to set on the picturesque scene of streets bustling with life and potential. Around every corner, there are children battling with wooden swords, merchants peddling potions and armor, and young adventurers hoping to prove themselves.
What about this? A strong young adventurer like you needs a short-range weapon. Something light, something fast, something that'll help in a pinch. A reputable source told me this dagger comes straight from the Crown's personal bladesmith. Sure, it's a little worn, a little rusty, but that means it's broken in. It's battle-ready. You're a tough sell. I like that about you. I respect that. You know your wheat from your chaff, you're waiting for the good stuff. I
have a customer over at the other side of the bar. Some drunkard that says he's in the market for a new amulet, no matter the cost.
Deprill, all coy smiles, graceful limbs, and mischievous eyes, wedges themselves between you and the half-elf whose name you've forgotten. Your friend since infancy plops a stein of frothing ale in front of the stranger before gesturing with a flourish to a dwarf sitting off alone.
No matter the cost, you say?
From the look of his purse, it doesn't look like he's short on gold.
Well, I must go where I'm needed. Lovely to meet your friend. Let me know if you change your mind about that dagger. My product moves fast, and I'd hate for you to miss out.
Come on, this way, before she finds out I was lying.
Deprill gets you two situated at a high top, out of sight of the bar and your chatty companion. And you take the opportunity to hit your friend. One hand smacks the shorter human on the shoulders, the other aggressively signing insults upon themselves and their mother. Deprill laughs, unthreatened and unperturbed.
Come on, Tavern, ease up. You can't sign and hit me at the same time. I only left you for a few minutes. It's not my fault someone tried to swindle you while I was gone. Yours, obviously. Now, do you want to hear what I've been up to, or should I call over your friend? That's what I thought. Anyway, we're staying here tonight. I got us a couple rooms upstairs for only 3 copper, if you can't believe it. She wanted twice that, but I told her the inn next door would take a 5, but had awful meat, so buttered her up. That said, if she asks, we love Nargle. We think Nargle is great. We do not hold it against Nargle that he, in her words, rots honey just by looking at it. He's so ugly. No idea. I didn't actually go next door. Good thing I didn't, or I'd have to come back to you with a whole stash of junk. And no money. We can leave as soon as we find a job. And I've been looking. Nothing available to 2 beginners like us. Nothing I can find through word of mouth without us paying to get into a guild. I don't know. The heroes that came through town always made it seem like opportunities for gold and glory just fell at their feet. Heroes. Embellish a tale. Perish the thought. It's alright. We've got enough gold to afford another 3 nights in town. And we'll definitely find something by then. Any adventurer for 2 to get our name out there. Then we'll make do. You've got your sword, I've got my swift hands. Money will find its way to them somehow.
Deprill's confidence only eases your anxiety for a moment, until the Goliath sitting behind them turns to glower at you both, with a furrowed brow and raised hackles.
And just what do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm resourceful and nimble, of course. No other meaning. Deprill Iwandine at your service, and my friend of few words here is Resterin Twend. We're new to Amphus by way of the hamlet, Naveen.
Never heard of it.
No one has. It's sort of a... how do I say this?
What did they say?
They signed, and this is a direct quote, so pardon my Elvish. It's a shithole.
There's a sign for shithole.
No, that's a sign for Naveen. They just also use it to say shithole.
You repeat the dirty sign again with a smirk on your face, and the Goliath before you laughs, his smile now less a baring of the teeth and more a grin.
You two are all right. So what? You kids came all this way from your small town to the big city to find glory?
Yeah, and fortune. Preferably both.
Both of which are hard to come by, if you're not a part of a guild or established party.
Hard to do a job that isn't offered to us.
Which no one will do, if you haven't proved yourself worth your salt. How about this? I overheard you saying you have gold left for room and board. Give those to me, and I'll bring you a job before sunset tomorrow. We'll call it a finder's fee.
Olvein's hand, bigger than your head, is thrust towards you, palm up and expecting. Deprill glances at you in their periphery, brown eyes searching and sharp. And you respond with a slight twitch of the nose, a minute curl of the lip. An unspoken language of which you two are fluent. In lieu of words, your face clearly says, "Fuck this guy."
That's nice of you, Olvein, but I think we'll have to pass. We want to be the ones who find our first quest. Sentimentality, you understand?
Oh, are you sure that's wise? I've lived in Amphus my entire life, and you two are, no offense, a couple of Green Guild kids from the country. You need my help.
I think we need you to step back since your help won't be necessary. Please and thank you.
How about I stop playing nice and just take your goddamn money?
All the talk and merriment seems to come to a silent halt as Olvein stands at his full height, battle axe suddenly in hand and swung in your direction. You draw your sword to meet it, the clang of metal against metal jarring in discord into the warm and crowded room. Olvein rears back with a roar, and you prepare to parry, pushing Deprill's unarmed form behind you. You hear the swing of incoming steel, your friend's staggered breath, the pounding of your blood in your ears, and...
Oh, none of that! You weapons down, we're all friends here.
a gnome appears suddenly. Their face surprisingly calm and placid despite being mere inches from your blades. They smile at you and Olvein in turn, hands patting placatingly at your wrists, until the two of you slowly lower your weapons.
I'm not quite sure we have friends here. After all, we don't know you.
Fair. I'm Finide Nowadin. And you are?
Deprill Iwandine?
There! Now we're all friends.
Speak for yourself.
Finide, all of 3 feet and 6 inches, turns a sharp blue gaze up at Olvein, and you swear the Goliath withers where he stands.
I'll speak for myself. And your wife, maybe. How is Amir, Olvein? I just saw her in baby Kello this afternoon at the market. Does she know you're here making enemies, or that you're here at all? She was so excited to spend some time with you before you go on your next adventure.
Leave my wife out of this.
Oh, I will when you leave and sober up and get back to her. Go on, go settle your tab and give her my love.
Fucking stupid gnome. Leave my wife out of this. My wife's name out of your mouth.
Don't mind him. He's a big softie if you know where to poke.
We don't plan on staying for long, so we'll have to take your word for it.
That's right. I heard you two were looking for some work.
Yeah, not if you're going to make us pay for it. I don't know what kind of cutthroat place this is, but we don't want to cause trouble. We just want to get a start.
And I want that for you. Don't get the wrong idea. Amphus is a lovely city with lovely people. Times have just been hard. Jobs have been more dangerous and hard to come by. Competition getting a little aggressive, but that's no reason for people to be so inhospitable. Why don't you sit back down, let me buy you a drink, and we can talk about some potential leads I can give you? No guild registry required.
Taryn!
Excellent. Rowley! Can you bring us something to share? Maybe that lager you've been experimenting with?
At the gnome's call, a dwarf peers around the corner, dark hair neatly braided and smile bright. Coming right up, Miss Nowadin. I think I've really cracked it this time.
I bet you have, Rowley. I believe in you. Oh, I'm not that popular. I just get around, talk to people. I like to make friends. Like you. And what better way to become friends than to drink together? Thank you. Put it on my tongue.
Already done.
So, to friends in fortune?
You raise an eyebrow. Deprill shrugs a shoulder. Finide takes a mug, the one closest to you, and takes a long sip. Mollified, you and Deprill lift your mugs and toast your new friend, taking deep, much-needed swigs.
That is...
certainly nothing I've ever tasted before. That's one way of putting it. You certainly say what's on your mind. Does that ever tend to get you two in trouble?
Trouble? Us?
Of course. What am I saying? Let's see if we can keep you out of trouble, though, just to be safe. What are your skills? What kind of quests are you hoping to fill? Do you have any other adventurers with you? Tending to the horses? I see.
But we're a well-rounded duo. Resterin has the brawn and the steel, I have the magic and the speed. A two-person team has less liabilities, less holdups.
Less security, less backup. One of you gets injured, your party is down by 50%. You have to know a party of at least 4 is the standard. No, it's not officially a requirement, no, but most people won't take the risk on a party of any less.
Most, but certainly some, right? We've come all this way.
None that I know of. Unless... What about a party of 3? Let me tag along. Why not? I've got nothing going on at the moment. A third, more experienced member with proficiency in healing will add credibility to anybody hiring. If and when we find a job and succeed, I will be able to personally attest to how well you two did.
And why would you do that? What do you get out of it?
The satisfaction of a job well done. The assurance that you two are safe. A third of the reward gold an enemy may find. Plus, the job I have in mind is from someone I know. They've got some beasts tearing up their fields and killing their livestock. A simple extermination job. You get to start on your reputation, and I help out an acquaintance.
Oh, come on, Nowadin. The barkeeper sets down her own mug with no shyness and no hesitation, smiling conspiratorially at you and Deprill before wagging a finger at Finide. You want to send these 2 strapping young adventurers out to do pest control? Where's the fun? The ambition? The adventure?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
There will be time for all of that later. Rowley, when they've got more experience. You don't need to be putting delusions of grandeur in their heads quite yet.
I like the shine of your steel, kid. You strike to kill, and I respect that. Sure, you're an adult, but everyone that steps through this bar is a kid to me. I've been standing here as long as this building, and I'll be standing here long after it's gone.
Not if you keep making small talk instead of working.
Everyone but Rowley startles where they stand, as a tall dragonborn with scarlet scales practically materializes behind you.
Hell and hounds, where did you come from?
Oh, you hush now, Comet. Don't be so rude to your guests.
I'm not being rude to guests. I'm being rude to you.
Ah, so this is the Comet Prass I've heard so much about. God, you're just as Rowley described you.
And how did they describe me?
They described you as you are.
Wonderful. Rowley, is there a reason there are customers waiting for their drinks and food?
Yes, the reason is 'cause I said so. The bastards can stand to sit a spell. Perfect timing, by the way, boss. I was just about to fetch you.
I am, as you said, your boss. You do not fetch me when it pleases you.
I do when you've been moping around the basement, head buried in your spell books, stomping around with nothing to do.
I do not mope.
Flower, sulk, brood, whatever you want to call it. You go too long without a quest and proper social interaction, your sour face ruins the mood and the drink. You scare away customers, and I won't have it. Finide, take this sad sack on your quest with you.
Sure. The more the merrier, right? Deprill, Resterin, safety in numbers.
I don't know.
Have I mentioned recently that I'm your boss?
You're also a thorn in my side. Tired of seeing you around. Go with them, and go do something useful. Or I quit.
Does that mean you won't order me around my own inn anymore?
It means you'll have to interact with and serve each and every one of your own customers. The 4'3" dwarf postures with her hands on her hips, chin jutting in the direction of the 6'5" dragonborn. It is a battle of wills. Warm blue eyes, challenging cool red. Comet dips his head and gaze with a sigh.
So I'm told you're in need of another party member. I'm a wizard, so I have a fair amount of experience with long-range magic of both the defensive and offensive nature.
I think another member is another person to split reward money with.
But it's another person to watch your back if you get hurt. Plus, having 4 members adds credibility and opens more jobs to you in the future.
What do you think? Why are you doing this?
I'm not sure I've really been given another option.
You haven't.
There we are. I've been with Rowley enough to know when to pick my battles, and this is not one of them.
Damn right it's not. Now, you said you 4 were looking for a quest. I heard of a good one just earlier tonight from a gal staying up on the 3rd floor. She says she and her friends got robbed by a troop of highwaymen on the road up here. They left them all alive, but took everything but the clothes on their backs, even the horses. If you take care of those robbers and recover her things, she'll pay and pay well.
I don't know. A gang of criminals might be more danger than you two should handle your first time.
But also more glory.
Oh, this is your first quest? Ah. With that in mind, Rowley, I'm going to have to disagree.
Bold choice, boss.
A group of thieves can be a risky venture for an established party of this size. Too risky for beginners. I don't know how much experience these two will gain by being shunted aside while I and Finide take care of things. No offense.
Some taken, but go ahead.
Alternatively, I have a friend.
I didn't know you had those.
A friend who needs to send work and materials to Nickline. A 2 days journey. It won't pay much, but it's a good job with minimal danger that'll build connections for you two with my friend and the people in that city.
You'd send them on a favor.
Us on a favor, and one less dangerous than yours.
And less lucrative. An excellent idea, mind you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, but...
But you're not looking for safety, you're looking for glory and riches.
Why else do two adventurers leave home? You said the magic words. Pay and pay well. If that's a problem for any of you.
I don't object to whatever you choose. Any of them should be doable with the right help. It's just what you'd like to chance on your first quest.
I have no choice in the matter. Any will do.
Tavern, what do you think, my friend? We're in this together.
You've just listened to episode 1 of Chaos and Consequences, titled Obligatory Tavern Episode. Yes, indeed, even our writers cannot avoid the tavern. Chaos and Consequences is a twice-monthly fantasy series with a choose-your-own-adventure spin. The episodes are recorded live on Twitch, where you can listen in and vote on what happens next. For this episode, you all chose the option to pursue Finide's pest problem. After the vote went through, a 20-sided die was rolled, with chat pitching in to modify the roll, to determine how things would end up for our heroes. The D20 rolled a natural 1, a critical failure. Then, one of the generous members of our audience donated a D4 to modify the roll, and they insisted that the narrator decided whether or not the D4 was positive or negative. And of course, I chose the most chaotic option, bringing the grand total of our first roll in this series to a -3. Literally the lowest possible number. Uh-oh. What will become of our newfound adventuring party? Find out next time on April 15th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/CardlinAudio to be the first to hear of their fate and to help decide what happens next. Until then, we'll see you next time on Chaos and Consequences.